I would like to present on the critical evaluation of the core management. Management of common pool resources is very challenging, as these resources constitute the most important livelihood to most people. But due to unsustainable exploitation exacerbated by subtractability and excludability, the command to strategize for the resources protection and sustainability is inevitable. Engaging the resource users in the respective community to be part of managing and protecting the resources in the long term is of paramount importance. Top-down and bottom-up management are essential for the management of the resources, example, fisheries resources and forest resources. Therefore, core management is the system of managing resources in which the power and responsibilities are shared between the government and local resource users. According to Boren Feyerabend 2024, this type of management can also be referred to as roundtable, participatory, or collaborative management. The heart of core management is sharing powers, though it seems to be difficult, but with a promising experience. Concerning with the fisheries context, the goal of core management include, first, to participate fisheries in the fisheries management process. Second is to enhance self-reliance of local level institutions. And third is to enhance more responsive decision-making process. According to Barrett et al. 2009, the criteria for core management include partial devolution of skills to local communities responsible for the management of the resources, and again, the central aim must be to conserve the resources. Achievement of core management can help to mitigate the target of commons and help to conserve and manage the common pool resources. The knowledge and skills given the community members help them to become suitable protectors of their resources surrounding themselves, because they have proximity to the resources and therefore can have quick ability to retrieve colossal information related to the state of the resources. In Southern Eastern Asia, for example, the fishers in their organizations are mandated to participate in the decision-making process, and they have been given levels of autonomy, including the authority to implement regulatory decisions through core management. But before diving much, I would like to state the main processes of core management. First process is preparing for the partnership, where the facilitator is introducing the central theme to the community and show them the need for doing that, share knowledge with them, and improve trust. Second process is negotiating core management plans and agreements, where the facilitators tend to identify, analyzing, and engage stakeholders in the process with the excellent skills of social communications. Third, implementing and revising the plans and agreements, learning by doing, making the community adopting the core management. I managed to review some case studies related to fisheries core management in different parts of the world, such as the study which was conducted by Gesich et al. 2003, which showed the effectiveness of core management of artisanal fisheries at the coast of Chile. Through game theory, he proved that the United Fishers could internalize the norms and strengthen the core management. The author narrated that the fishers in the Union were able to cooperate themselves and with the Fisheries Department of Chile, practicing the management roles established in the organization, and therefore led to the effective core management at the coast of Chile. The other studies was conducted in East African countries, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, which share Lake Victoria. The study intended to evaluate the participation of fishers in core management. The study ultimately showed that there was ineffective participation of fishers in the core management because of the constant tendency of migration done by fishers from one place to another, searching for the excellent catches and reasonable price for the fish, and therefore disengage themselves in the decision-making process. Now back to Tanzania. When comparing the effectiveness of core management operating in the Tanzania mainland and the Tanzania coastal, you will find that the core the coastal core management is very effective than the mainland. Mahongo 2009, through the EU and WWF Fisheries Core Management Program, examined the effectiveness of core management at coastal Tanzania. They witnessed the good job conducted by the beach management unit powered by WWF in combating all kinds of illegal fishing practices in their coastal areas. The beach management units could stop unlawful fishing practices, including dynamite fishing, which used to be common in the past. Interestingly, they managed to turn illegal fishers to legal fishers and help them to form legal fishers union, which even strengthened the core management practices at the coast of Tanzania. Other successes that beach management unit have achieved included increasing the fish catch in the protection of the mangrove forest, also increased cooperation among stakeholders, improvement of small pelagic fishery, establishment of seasonal closure for octopus fisheries, and again the beach management unit were able to establish alternative livelihood for project initiatives. In Southeast Asia, where small-scale fisheries and core management were reviewed by Cooper and Abdullah in 1994. Their findings showed that adoption of core management differs from one country and another. They also narrated that, despite the recognition of potential of core management in the protection of coastal fisheries in the region, the prospect for adopting it varies greatly among countries, while Philippines was showing good prospects. The author further narrated that the cost of managing the coastal fisheries resources is reduced when the core management rules and norms are legitimized in the region. Finally, I would like to conclude that core management is an efficient alternative strategy to enhance the protection of the fisheries resources, especially in the developing countries where legal and illegal continuous overexploitation of the fisheries resources by its own fishers deplete the resources tremendously. It is important that local rules initiated by the community through core management for the purpose of protecting fisheries resources should legally be recognized and explicitly stated in the respective Principal Fisheries Act to even make the robust core management. And that makes the end of my presentation on the critical evaluation of the